Okay. So, good evening, everybody, and we have with us another successful doctor who have cleared his December exam, FMGE exam 21. Good evening, Dr. Farith, and how are you doing?
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing great, sir. What about you, sir?
And I'm doing good too, and really happy with all your results. Dr. Farith, how was your score?
Sure.
Like, how did you feel when you looked at the pass mark on your certificate on your results PDF?
Like this time I scored like 154, sir. And the last time I failed the exam with a score of like 3 marks, 147. And I feel a bit of letdown. Like last time I wished that I passed. I was like in a full hope like I would pass the exam, but I wasn't able to. Then I contacted you and you gave me some sort of hope. And truly that was an inspiration to me, sir. The way you said that 149 is equal to 0 and 150 is also equal to 300.
Nice, nice. No, I'm happy you could cross this line this time, and really happy for you. And much better things are going to come ahead, and hopefully things will get much better. And like, how did you was this your first attempt, or you had some failures and then overcame that? And how was this? So like you
no, sir, this
previously, and this is
this was my fourth attempt, sir. And I have a previous of 3 attempts of failure. It's a big barrier, I think, like a 3 attempts.
No, nobody remembers failures. Everybody will remember your success, and I'm happy you been there consistent. And just that would be nice to know, Farith. What were the mistakes that you were doing in your previous attempts, and what corrections you applied this time?
Actually, sir, like the first attempt was my August one, and I wasn't completely prepared for it. Then the December was like a 2-month gap, and
very short duration. You had
I was a bit pressurized, and and to be honest, I just gave up in the mid of the preparation, sir. Like in between November itself, I just gave up. I was like, it was too stressful for me, and I can't have it this much at a short span of time. And actually, in the June attempt, like this year, in 2021 June, my grandma passed away just during the revision class, at the beginning of the revision class. So I got a bit distracted, and it was hard. But this time, alhamdulillah, I wasn't having any sort of distraction for things, and the way the plan, the way the revision happened, and everything just helped me. But
nice.
It was great to have. Nice. Actually, the good thing was that I didn't change the the good thing was that I didn't change the course. Like I was studying in RIS, and I tried my best, and I did my best to study the RIS for the 4 attempts itself.
Nice.
Like so the main aim for me to select RIS, yes, sir. Like why I selected RIS like the consecutive for 3 times was that I felt like having the same notes and the same stuff and the revisions would make my memory a bit higher, like a bit rememberable, a bit help.
Okay, so
that was my main thing.
So I understand in August 2020 and in December 2020 we had hardly 2 months gap between this. August exam we had a very low percentage overall also. Okay, 9%. I think that was the lowest percentage in the recent years. And December also very short duration in 2 months. And for people who just come out and start preparing, that is an intense thing. But I'm happy, you put consistent efforts and faith in the preparation and went on through it. So basically, you were saying that in the last attempt, you were not doing the revisions thoroughly because of some family issues in your place. You could not complete the test and discussion and revision part, and you could do them thoroughly this time. That's nice. That's nice. How did you pull up? Because 147 is so close, and I see so many messages from so many students, like they get this 147, 148, 149, and it's difficult to convince them also. They came so close. It doesn't define that 1-2 marks. Doesn't define who they are, and it doesn't, but it still has to be crossed. That line has to be crossed. As I say, 149 equals to 0. You have to start the battle fresh. How did you overcome that phase? I mean, when you came so close, and when you have to restart, because I think from till June you did a good effort, right?
Yes, sir, I did a good effort. But the fact is that when I saw the result, I was like a bit traumatized. I wasn't having any sort of. All I thought was passing. And when it was like a fail, I don't know what to do next. I was like a bit shocked, like a bit of traumatized. Then I don't know what to do then. Then actually I was preparing from online from home. Then all I did, my first step was I contacted my friends and asked them, how are they? And they gave me a bit of hope then. Let's try it. This is just like the starting, I wasn't having a bit of motivation. Like for the first like 15 or like 1 month, I was having that sort of traumatization, like 3 marks. Why again for? I have to sit for like 3 marks and I have to sit for like 5-6 months. Then after that, after the course, like after the 1 month course period, I got a bit of courage to myself. I got some bit of motivation. Like I felt like maybe this time we haven't prepared something, but like God has given us a chance. Like we might have missed something or a mistake or something, but He gave us another opportunity. This is not the end. We have a chance, so it's our right to do the thing. We have a chance, and if we didn't utilize the chance, it's our failure. All I did was like I asked to myself, did I prepare in June? Like honestly to myself, did I prepare with my full effort? And I thought I felt a bit of guilty, that wasn't my full effort, that wasn't my full hard work, and that wasn't my. I have lagged in some places, and I was like a bit careless. So I felt like we shouldn't do that mistake this time, and I went through it for sure. And all I thought was we need to be consistent this time. Come anything, like if it's like good or bad, never mind. We need to be consistent in our studies, and we need to maintain it. That's all. We have to maintain it, and this time we shouldn't leave the revision. For sure, the last 1 month we shouldn't leave it this time.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
I was in it.
And I could understand, the first part, once you've gone so close to the exam, once you get into those 145 plus and, you're restarting, even 140 plus is, when you're restarting your preparation, that trauma would be there. And it will be there for the initial few days. But once you get used to the, new process and, you start fresh thinking, you don't carry anything longer. But I feel, you target your initial exams. Don't wait for 6 months, wait for the next subject to be over and perform well on the next subject and go subject by subject. And obviously you'll start improving and you'll be able to come back into the zone where you put your 100%. And that's amazing spirit. And I can understand, it took you at least 15 days to 1 month to actually come out of the zone and get into the present exam. And that is important. I see many students stuck in that result zone. The thing happens is I get many students who get repeatedly 140s because they carry the trauma of those missing few marks for a long duration. And that should be avoided. And I'm glad you could, move on from that. And what was new that you did this time? What was different? I mean, what was your approach different for this preparation?
For this preparation, like I covered all subjects. I did, like last time I was like selective. Let's cover this. Let's keep these subjects like in an option. But this time I was like, sure, damn, we need to do all 19 subjects. At least we should have touched it. The minimum we shouldn't leave any of the subjects in the options. And that was a truly one, sir. Like for sure we need to study 19 subjects. Like each subject somehow we'll get in that. Actually, the main part is that the thing you told me, like I felt a bit down sometimes in the during the course actually, and staff. Then you came and other staff also, like others are like our pharmacology sirs and everyone. They came and the best part is that the like you spoke to us and you advised us in the class. Like the class was going on, when we feel down, we texted you like, sir, we feel like this, and you didn't even hesitate. Like the class will go on and the class will end. You just passed the class and you said these things might go. Take a break like 5 minutes, and you helped us to bring up our stress, and you just made us calm, and you also helped us, of course. Like not only to you, but all the staff in their eyes. They surely helped us. They didn't think that. Each time we complain, like we feel like a bit let down. They didn't think that we have a subject and we need to clear it. They said, okay, fine. Everyone just calm down, and these are just an exam. You could clear it. Everybody before you pass, and everyone who's gonna come after you are gonna pass, and you will be of those who's gonna pass. And of course, sometimes we feel let down, but the staff helped us for sure. Of course, sir.
Nice. All the faculties, the consistent, along with the classes, the consistent motivation throughout the classes. We don't do a lot of motivational or pep talks and all, but during the classes itself, it's purely a very, we don't do a lot of gimmicks and a lot of glitter and stuff. We expect our students to be content oriented, and during the classes, all the teachers provide their own insights towards exam preparation and stuff. And I'm glad that helped you overcome those phases. And what about your exams? I mean, did you do MCQs of all the subjects? Were you doing all subject-wise MCQs, or were you doing it like at the end after all 19 subjects were over? What was your approach to MCQ preparation?
To MCQs, what I did was I tried my best to cover each day, every day, like what they taught in the class, and I tried to cover. All I had that if we cover, we need to hit the MCQs. Even if we didn't cover, but for sure we need to attend the MCQs. Even if I covered the portion or not, but we have to hit the MCQs for sure, like 50 like a day or 20 like a day. At the beginning, like 10, 20 with the explanation, then we could raise up.
Okay, that's nice. And did you write the grand tests with us? Like, did you do the grand tests?
Yes, sir. I did the grand test with you guys.
Were you able to? Were you gaining confidence with it, or were you losing confidence with it, or were you analyzing it and using it more of a learning tool?
Sir, actually, I didn't see it as a barrier, like for me, like will I pass or fail? I just saw it like how much can I perform and how much does I know and what I didn't know. So nice. Actually, it helped me to analyze myself. Nice. And right. It also helped me to manage the timing and things like to think quick.
Okay. And how was
especially it overcome my laziness to read the question. It overcomes my laziness to read the question.
And Farith, where was your study plan? I mean, were you like at home, and was the home environment supportive to you, or did you find it difficult? Like, how did your study pattern happen? Were you studying calmly in your study rooms and stuff?
Or actually, I went out of the home.
Achha. Mm. So you choose to be away from.
I went out of my home.
Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
And you came back successfully.
Actually, the fact is that, yeah, for the first 4 months, it was okay to study in home. The classes was going on and it was okay. But the last 1 month revision, that is the most stressful period, according to me, in the FMGE. The last 1.5 months before the exam, that is the most stressful period. When you just retake your books and just start the revision. Actually, at those times, my friends helped me a lot. Like, they called me and we spoke to each other. Actually, that I think everyone should try to have a connection with their friends, even in the online, even these days, even in the online.
Can you name some of your friends who actually help you in this part?
Actually, it's Dr. Abdul Rashid. He just passed away in June. Actually, he was with me close. We were like a same group mate in the college, and we thought that we'll clear it together, but it was a bit off. Then Dr. Kalaimani and Dr. Alamin. Alamin was from Arise also. He was also studying in our batch.
Nice.
And to name, there are like 2-3 guys like Dr. Kalayaras and Kalaisalan, like those guys, and Dr. Karthi again.
Nice. And Farith, what would your advice be? I mean, what did you feel the exam trend like in your previous attempts and this attempt? Was there any drastic change in the exam pattern, or do you think it was similar? Or do you think this exam was more doable or more difficult?
I feel like this exam was a bit harder than the June, I think, might be, according to me. Like, the June exam was so easy, like everything was like the most common ones. What I feel like, they prepare 600 questions and they just segmented. The most common ones should come on June, and the least ones should come on like December.
No,
but
I don't think so.
Actually, the trends have changed, sir. But the trends are changed. Like they are like mostly clinic oriented, might be.
So was it more concept oriented or more one-liner oriented? What do you think? I mean, what do you think? You must have done so many resources by now. Were they concerned with concepts, or were they concerned with the one-liners, and what was your approach?
They were like the one-liners. They were concerned with one-liners, but they weren't direct questions. like we know the answer, like it's 𝗏𝗃𝗃 disease, we know that it's 𝗏𝗃𝗃 disease, but they also know that if we ask them what is the deficiency, they will just say what they did, like this guy is having this problem, but it's a simple question, just like 1 or 2 symptoms, that's all. But it's like we can't, it's like clear.
You need to pick up from the sentences provided, from the clinical scenario provided, but it will just was standard questions only. It wasn't something of rare diseases. It was standard, but just from that. Okay. And Farith, is there any change in you, like in your personality or the way you're treated at home after the results or stuff? Or are you feeling more confident, more happy now? Or is it the same? I mean, because it's been a long journey, right? It's a long journey from August.
A long journey. Like it's like before I was like, I didn't even go anywhere for the last 3 years, for the consecutive year. I felt like what is going on in my life? Is it like going just inside this room and that's all? And I felt like, well, what is this? We have a life outside of this room.
The more pressure you take, the more elevation you have, right? I think, the pressure that you went through, the sacrifice you did. Okay, so today you have a degree which you can be proud of, which your family can be proud of, and I'm glad you went through that pressures and stress. And I wish you a bright future ahead, Dr. Farith. And any good advice to your
Thank you, sir.
And also some people who must have missed it marginally, and you had a couple of strong moments. I mean, in between you had so many difficulties in between with the exams, but you still managed. So any quick advice to those people who are also listening, who came so close and missed out on it?
For them, I would like to say that just don't give up, guys. Just don't give up. This is just an exam. Just an exam. This is not the only exam you'll be attending now. Like, there are many exams more than this. Like, you will be going on in life wherever you go. All I feel is that you guys shouldn't give up. Anyone, of course. We have a chance. Like, we have the work. We have selected this field, and it is like we are capable of it. If a God tests us, like, for example, there is a verse in Quran, for example. It says that God tests those people according to their capability. So each time when I get like a failure or these things, I felt like this is not beyond my capability. This is within my capability. So that means I can overcome this, and I should overcome. Like, guys, and for those who are going to try the new, okay, be consistent. Try to be consistent in your work, no matter how the ups and downs. Not some motivational friends around you guys. Like, you have a life and friend circle. Don't miss it. Surely they will help you forever, whenever you want.
Nice. So never give up, even if you have small setbacks in between, and be consistent with the course and have a good surrounding team. Okay, so that's a good advice, Dr. Farith, and we wish you all a bright future ahead and abundantly going forward. And it was nice talking to you. Right? Hope to see you all in person also. God bless you. Thank you so much for connecting with us.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, sir.